viewers, and welcome to a new episode of your program when I talk to the camera with me, Konnah Sesay. As we don't bring una stories, but different communities them, especially communities that we get for do with the one that within our slum areas and wharfs. Today we can work on the Government Wharf community. For know from the people them how life talek for live na the Government Wharf community, and some challenge them and stories them when they go like for share with una the viewers them. Hello and welcome to this interview. Tell me your name and who side with this so.
My name is Alusain Kamara. I'm a main Government Wharf for day.
Alright. Tell me about how life talek for live na Government Wharf.
I'm not so comfortable because we live in a Government Wharf. The reason being because we are constrained of water, post storage facility. We got many things so they undergo suffering. We be say the government put efforts on.
When you talk about the water una dey suffer from, somebody go talk say in what way una dey suffer?
Because the water constrain why I say we constrain for water. The water the time we go need them, we no go able get some. They come by week. Now we on side and in your food side because the carry rates now. If food they grow up, I think kind of what they get, who they live, still know it's up to that level. So I say who they constrain of food.
Where you they mention say una way they live here at the stage not reach to that level. Somebody go wonder what in youth man and at this particular part of Freetown they do.
Because with the youth the whole government have. We get many efforts the way they do. At least, as example, we get one guy, gentleman, who be only between our Government Wharf. Now this man inside me, Massa Professor Massa Koy, who make for we bridge. At least who they make efforts. And there's that example again. We get pipe under our boss up under one toilet pipe, and you demand that at least they make efforts. That's the role they play at the wharf. But after 15 years, all they go around the community. If that be the case, want something we will make, at least the community develop.
Alright. When you talk about water una dey strain for, how una can do for get that water dey? Na tap water or na borehole stem una dey get the water?
At least we get tank in the area, but at least then tank there, also when they supply them, at least past tank they can supply. Now, it's not a tank there, but what they kick them at times they pass them 1 month, 2 months at least before they call for water. If you see them done, we constrain. Pass them at least to use the sea area water, we will make you survive.
You talk about the toilet pipe them way boss, and when they take the road for inside the Government Wharf, you they see that the water they run and it's not pleasurable for the community. Also, this water they come out and how it is more than una way they tap here.
The water at least it is on top the hill for Kano on the wharf. At least what the pipe there boss is over 5 months ago. I have nobody to responsibility. We don't get possible responsibility for that day. If that be the case, we don't go constrain here. And the constrain you don't deal pressure we. Want at least let the government put on the thing there.
Concerning that particular challenge day, what's going to be your final word?
What's going to be my final word? I could thank you very much. Now come and do the interview. So what's with the community man there? The thing they don't deal more we and we want let them put on efforts on water on and let them put on in community. We go make at least the community develop and let them put efforts on this. Issue will pipe their boss, the toilet pipe there, they don't even know we water they go at least. It go get for we good stranger there.
Let it thank you to you.
Thanks very much.
Hello to you and welcome to this interview. Me na Konnah Sesay from Sierra Network Press. Now for introduce yourself.
Me na for the camera by name. Me na the public relation officer and the Government Wharf community.
How long you don't take now as public relations officer?
Well, for the past 14 years now, I'm the public relations officer in this community.
Tell we, because the Government Wharf community now a well-known name na Freetown. So for somebody where they out there, where they listen and watch, we know they na Freetown, yeah, we want for know Usai government Wharf day. Tell me Usai day.
Well, Government Wharf community fortunate for day na the central part of Freetown. So BP5 constituency 125 ward 431.
Which road you they pass for each year?
Well, you dey pass by Wallace Johnson Street to the branch inside Government Wharf.
Give me a brief background about how the Government Wharf community come about.
Well, Government Wharf community fortunate for being one of the best community within the slum areas then within the municipality of Freetown. Yeah.
When you talk about communities where they are the slum areas then, somebody go wonder if this Government Wharf community they facing similar challenges where people can face in a slum areas we get to do with flooding, water crisis and so many other challenges then.
Yes, indeed. 2014, we been fortunate for get flooding in this community. Now the first in history for we get flooding in this community. 2014. Yeah.
So what's in because the flooding?
Well, the flooding rain been calm. One thing one weather they call Johnson Spring, we been calm. Do clean up, we see water come up. You understand? And people they making pool and things them. They go out where sun come up, people and dry and things them. That was 2014.
So since when that happened, you never take place again?
It never happened again.
So when such an accident take place, what in una do for prevent it happen again? Be it that such a thing like a natural disaster.
Well, we not able to put no mechanism in place because then the rain been calm. You understand? And not was saying a bank, the community in a bank, them bank. We no bank. We not like other slum areas the way they do bank, where water can go wash the banking. We will not bank. Now natural disaster been take place. We been cause that flooding there.
Alright. Where some other slum communities do banking and they make flooding they take place. But when you look at the Government Wharf community, tell me about reason we make flooding not they happen now so normal.
Well, we to make flooding they take place now because we know they close to the sea. You understand? Eh? We they up small. That's because we flooding they take place in the community.
We don't talk about that particular one day. Let we talk now about other constraints than where the people in the face.
Well, the constraint of the community is because Government Wharf community now two sets of people and they dwell now. We get the dwellers, then we get the business people in here. Who they dwell here, uboku. You understand? And the constraint the way they talk about so at least people in there, you understand? We learn skill. You understand? About help not there. Majority of the young people in a fisherman them. At least if governments can provide both a machine, say for we, you know, the people can go out and fishing, then go able to sustain their family. The last time we see government go and shape boats and then slum areas them, they wharf areas them. But we'll not be fortunate forget, we'll not vex. But this time day, but the way don't kind of so safe, then get this message, don't go able to pull young man them back, let themselves go fishing, at least they will maintain their family.
So they talk about the fishing way now one thing where the young man they own at this community. Tell me in what way that fishing the way they also don't benefit the community?
Well, initially them people and them get some them get boats on their own. Where they go then go fishing and come then develop themselves. Waiting me they try for talk if government give the community a boat, we go able to go fishing. From that time the community go benefit, don't themselves go benefit individual from that boat today.
You don't talk about government they give the people and boats, but presently you mentioned say na fishing then they do for making them sustain themselves. So the boats they wouldn't they use presently, is it that na themselves they make out on a rent then can go rent?
Well, some man they rent, some man buy them boat for themselves, some man they rent. We go rent, we go fishing, we get the fish, we get boat small thing, instead of managing life with small thing.
When you talk about challenge, you go think about one major thing where they draw people their attention towards Government Wharf. We get for do with the toilet pipes we bust na the road. How that they monitor the people them?
Well, you see, you don't want to win now because we will not go city council their attention. You understand? Eh? Because department they be responsible for that. We don't call them, they don't can watch them. But times without number, they get that problem they now. We never know how they go able to amend them. Just like when you can get this message, that let them send somebody who go responsible for that. Let them can clear that. Because they affect the people in the community.
Right. One go wonder how long this don't take away this particular problem has to they take place, and when this begins start to happen, who side una find out say the problem come out?
Well, the problem up here and say the waste they come up from up to the big people up here and then big institution they would up here and the waste now in the car affects we don't get so. I believe say people they say the environmental officer and Freetown Central we don't carry the reports to them. They don't watch. You understand? Eh? Then get people the way they call it. I don't know how they call it where they take care of them waste then they. The part don't watch it. But times with that number the neighbor amend this thing. We don't know how soon they're able to solve this problem.
All right. When you talk about the Government Wharf community, where you look at somebody go ask, is it that the Government Wharf community na a very large community, and be it if na so it be, how somebody they do for can live na ya?
Well, government to have community in a very large community because we get upper government to have and lower government to have. And the community comprises over 1,000 people. We say get 1,000 people, not a small number. You understand? And so in a large community.
You as the PRO for this particular community also, how you done they do for talk to you people in different means them so that they go be aware of natural disasters where they happen as slum areas, and also but how they for take care of their community?
Well, we can keep general meeting now the community, we sensitize people. The community they talk to now, so me as civil servants, they work for the Freetown City Council. You understand? Initially, people they take them, waste them, they can't go and see. So we don't stop that. Now we get you garbage, they keep them. Motocar the way they can collect again 2,000, then carry and go na dump site, bomber or outside for carry and go.
You be it that you na Freetown City Council worker. Tell viewers them in light to the toilet pipe them we boss. What do you think about this when you get for with different side and Freetown where such a thing they happen? What if you say Freetown City Council need for they do?
Well, me no say this na that toilet that waste dey na part of na the responsibility of the Freetown City Council. Now make we get an eye, we carry the report, go there. You understand? But they don't come watch, and they say they will try for put mechanism in place for make sure that they stop that waste the lane no go the flow so.
We don't talk about the challenges we una dey face in this community, and we don't give small background about this particular community. Let we talk now about some good reason that way make somebody go and for can live in this community. What are some of the developments that we don't they happen? 14 years now you don't be PRO for this community. Tell me about the good things that we don't they happen at this community.
My sister, just like what you talk so, the only good thing we will experience in this community, we been get a footbridge now from Kinjimi to Government Wharf. You understand him? We don't get over 6 deaths, 14 people that don't get injured from that footbridge. The only gentleman we come, we seek with interest, now the executive director by the name of Paul Soba Masakoy. Now he can fix up that footbridge there for we. We make now comfortable in this community. We school going children they pass, then safe. Woman then do the marketing this Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, Kinjimi marketing day. They go buy food items and they can prepare food for the man in different houses then.
So they mentioned saying only that bridge day, now the only development will happen at this community. So concerning the side the way una feel say development need for kind and the government need for draw attention to, send your message now to the government and also send message to Freetown City Council concerning the challenge una raise but the pipe them we don't boss.
The only message why they send to the Freetown City Council now for let them make sure that they can try for fix up pull this mess now the community because at least now na health hazard than the lay people they no go get sick. You understand them? Then the message to the government, you understand them? This will go there from Wallace Johnson Street, Candon Government Wharf, you understand them? Traffic the block yonder. The good no good. At least the Ministry of Works, at least let them can watch them. If they make that road there for we na development in the community.
Plenty thank you to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello, and welcome to this interview. You go please tell me your name and outside with this so.
Na my name former Tamashari at the Government Wharf.
How long you don't take now where you don't in this community?
I don't take 20 years at Government Wharf.
20 years you don't take now Government Wharf. Tell me a little bit about this community here.
Then at this community here, we get a lot of constraints there. Like the road, we get some certain side and there where it's not good for we at all. The toilets in the block, and so the flow na the street. We not able to get help for let the help we for make that road there for we. Even the this last rain inside last month, the water will come up uptown for Kandoya. Yeah, all water can inside. Yeah, all flooded because you are a block, so now better gutter not there for let water go pass. So it make the flooding take place. Yeah, all water can pass. So pull length here, all nado or begin whip the place. So for more than day in this community, yeah, we're not able to get no help. The only help we see, pass this director in a maritime, Masakoi, we can help you because we get one damaged road yonder. The people they don't deal for none of that road, they don't they die. So now the only man that knows Sesay he can help we in this community or make for we that road day. So that side we tell God thank you from government we have to Kinjimi to able make for we that road day. But main problem with the money we right now, these toilets na this road. Do ya with the beg, let them help we for make these toilets na this road. Because that the money we bad. And the main problem now the money we na this community.
How long you don't take now with this don't they happen?
This don dey happen for the past from last year. This problem had dey occur at this place. But no dey able get help for them dey make am for we.
Elders them from this particular community don't try for meet with Freetown City Council or any una honorable or anybody who una feel say able talk for una.
We been don meet the councillor. We been don explain to her. Even AYV, dem been don carry interview certain people there na ya for this one place here. Look, they're very close to Freetown City Council. Not to say they don't know, then they see. The way we go there, they talk say, not to City Council, they don't work around it.
Now, Uda then tell una say na they work.
Me not able understand. For say Uda are the people there, who they for can't do that work there. Because me not able understand that. Because me, what me be get sense, so me you hear the OP. We know say City Council, now they for sanitation. So it's so surprised all City Council they say, not to the young work around it. But we don't know that now that they work. So now me could appeal. Do you let the help for make that toilet water there for we?
Yeah. For at all what you don't say, so what's gonna be your final word?
Now I mean I'm final word than they for let the help we for make this road here. Do you handle with the appeal for let the help for make this road here?
Plenty thank you to you.
Yeah, thank you too.
Hello my welcome to this interview. Do you tell me your name and usa you day?
Good afternoon, ma. Me na Mabinti. Normally, everybody can call Mama Joe. A Government Wharf community a day, and me na the chair lady for this community.
As chair lady for this community, tell me how long you don't take now this position, and also give me brief history about this community.
Okay, despite the position, yeah, I'm a village because I also myself born, and I also I grew up till me say don't get me grandpicking them. And as how I see the community, how a day for the health side, I see say no, I not for left this, wait for the council can. And if you watch where people get for watch myself na television, then go testify say na this mommy na in nobody take care of this toilet down this community here. Because me grand picking and they, we picking and they all na me grand picking them. So if then tear they happen as you see, last year na me take the venture back. I try for Ace all in Slabia with one mommy in support we na in Atoma. Give me support for we Ace in Slabia for clean, and we be pull enough toilet inside here. But now this thing don't burst from 3 to 4 months ago. We no see no efforts where we see where council for can help we and for do. We don't talk. AYV don't care, then don't interview me, then don't even meet me and the toilet self where they work. I even get clip themselves for show you say I used to play with these toilets. Now God in grace they guide me no more with me, but there where sickness knock away from Ebola. I mean from Ebola, take Corona can. Then cholera business, but we still maintain no more God the guide we because of na cleanliness for we community.
So this toilet now outside they come out?
Well, this toilet here so they come out from all the various big offices them. Now this community here, now the drainage this, now the waste pipe this for them. But I can always say if you then come for can make, yes, me I no go book, but na me dey na the point. I can able tell you the point where you go able work, where we no go able get this kind thing again.
So they don't ever come for can make?
Yes, because like Saturday, I see 2 of the man them we come then dig that toilet up yonder. But I try for show them how for work this work here where it go where at least you know go bust again at streets, but then all as if look for listen me, then do their own work, then chuk the team boss. And me say used to chuk and they say boss go na the sea. But when them boss stand now, it just come and drop inside this compound, then the left hand, then it stop back, it bust na the same side back. So they may say they go come back this weekend, but not so the right way than they for me.
So then people here outside then tell you say them come out.
Na council they send them people and they for do them work there. Na council can always they do am. Yes. Now then they do this thing. But me own advice to Papa government, to mayor, I see and say for let all this thing not the happen again. Therefore change the one old drain that waste pipe there because the pipe now so small. Now so small they get curve. So we come if you then stone then don't block the or pampas then don't block the. I just did try for SS all thing and then they block that toilet there. And I nobody's toilet. I not to 10 years if I don't play with this toilet, mama. If you watch that other side.
So this particular toilet here done the Hamburg una 10 years ago.
Yes, not to today, oh, not to today. This toilet on the Mona we are. I can remember, I don't know, 2014 to 15 way boss here back. Mama, this in the done I say. Now me look back, me and me picking them who chuk and because now before me day. And I also with the pass breeze the blow we eat them they around.
So finally, what thing go be you what so people away concerned the Freetown City Council people they listen and watch you concerned in this problem yeah.
Me the big no more way me the big. Then say food and they see me so self at the talk now. Then go testify say now this mommy no more they clean this toilets around there if they not send person. Wait and send person and can make her is small. But we dey beg them, we dey beg Mami Mayor, we dey beg the government, we dey beg the Excellency, Brigadier Julius Madabio, let them help we make this toilet here, let them change the one old drainage. Because the city don't congest now. And not time like first time the city not congest, but now it don't congest. So the toilet, before you remember, Jack, it don't flop, they don't block. And then thing they are all na broko. Na colonial days, structure then they under there. So them block then they all long suck water, they don't broke, don't they inside the pit. So you know they able get away for let that toilet pass and go side for go. So with the big let them come and send engineer and them back like how they want make the streets for we. Let them make like how they make that engineer on way toilet stop for come out. So now that's with the beg for do we the beg the Mami Mayor do let pay attention here. Yana get to a ferry don't begin can diploma then get for the kaya. Now diplomatic people and get for the come around. So if this toilet the waste to it don't make sense. Now I make always the beg and say we now community, me send a part of council. I not go see the okay then I not do am, but let them they come with their attention back. Let them not just left and give it so because the water say oh they drink. Now the pipe, now they on top there the toilets they pass. Yes, look at as you see now on top there they pass. So all thing and the health system now so a poor for we now God in grace the guide we. So they beg them do let them pay attention to we. Thank you very much.
Plenty thank you to you.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
The people where they reside in the Government Wharf community don't tell we but how life tell left for live in the Government Wharf community. They also don't talk about challenge them when they face in this community. As one key one where they highlight get for do with the pipe them when a toilet pipe them we don't bust in the community. Then people here they send message to the Freetown City Council and to viewers where they listen and watch that then for turn your eye to that particular problem they where they happen at this community as now one we don't they go on for years. We bring the program can't you today. My name is Konnah Sesay. So till we meet back to a new episode of Talk to the Camera. I say tata.